Well, hello everyone, it's Don Baine, the Gadget Professor, and on today's show, I have something that you are definitely going to want to hear. Stay tuned.
He's got the toys. He's got showmanship. And he's got sex appeal. Ladies and gentlemen, from the great Southwest, here's the guru of gadgets, the dapper and dashing Don Baine, the Gadget Professor. Gadget Professor.
Hello everyone, it's Don Baine, the Gadget Professor. Welcome to today's episode. We are on episode 201. We have crossed that 200 mark, so we're very excited about that. And quite frankly, the Gadget Professor is very excited because as we speak, my daughter-in-law is in labor, and I'm going to have a new baby granddaughter, they say about 5 or 6 hours from now. So as soon as I get done with the show, I'm going to go over to the hospital waiting room and wait. And I was going to go over before the show and just stay there and not do the show, but they said there's nothing going on, so go do your show. So here I am, and I'm very, 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 very excited. So if you're new to the Gadget Professor, welcome everyone. I'm thrilled that you're here. The Gadget Professor show is now heard in 172 countries around the world, so wow, unbelievable. If you are old to the Gadget Professor, well then, welcome back. Obviously, the easiest way to get to the Gadget Professor is just go on our website, which is thegadgetprofessor.com, and you can watch the show right off our website. You also can scroll down halfway down here, and it says Important Pages, and just click the newsletter, put your email address in, and every Thursday evening, as soon as the episode is posted, you will get the show notes, which basically consists of an email to you that has everything hot linked that we discussed in today's show. So you definitely want to get that. It's totally free, and I don't use your email address for anything but the Gadget Professor show notes. Also, you'll want to check us out on Facebook. We got a lot of news about Facebook today coming up that you'll definitely want to hear. Pretty scary stuff, but we do have a Facebook page, and we try to update that as soon as we have a show that's posted or we have something new to tell you. Also, you can email me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at thegadgetprofessor@gmail.com. That's thegadgetprofessor@gmail.com. We also have our Rebel Mouse page, and the Rebel Mouse page basically takes all our tweets. If you want to follow me on Twitter, that would be @GadgetProfessor. But if you go to our rebelmouse.com/Gadget Professor page, every single thing that we tweet, and that's about 100 plus times a day, anything that's new electronically or not that's a gadget, you will see right here on the Rebel Mouse page. And we have some cool stuff, and you can check this page 10-15 times a day, and it's dynamic, so it will constantly change. So definitely check out our Rebel Mouse page. Well, we got a lot to cover today, and let's get into it. Some of the breaking news is that yours truly has been invited back to do the National Association of Broadcasters show. It's a big honor, and I'm elated that I'm going to be there. And I'm actually doing 2 different shows this year. The early morning show, which will kick off every morning for the first 2 hours of NAB, is the NAB broadcast show. And I will be doing interviews every 15 minutes on that show. And that's typically, first day it starts at, I think, 10 o'clock. I don't know why. That's when the show opens, but I'll be going from 10 to 12. And then Tuesday and Wednesday, I'll be going from 9 to 11. And then after that, at 1 o'clock, I'm actually going to be doing the Gadget Professor show for the folks at Data Video. And I'll be doing that show from 1 till about 4 o'clock. So it's going to be a long day. And we have all kinds of crazy things planned for that show. So you can watch that broadcast live. Just tune into thegadgetprofessor.com, and you'll see the whole thing streamed live, and you'll get what's happening and what's new as it's happening and occurring directly from the people who are going to show it to you, the exhibitors. And yours truly will be manning the mic for many hours. And if you want to find out what's the latest in broadcasting technology and just technology in general, I would be very happy if you tuned in and watched the Gadget Professor's streaming show. And then moving right along, here's a quick, brief look. You can just see all the interviews that I have. It's almost 100 interviews in 3 days. I better save my voice. Anyway, getting into today's tech news, I do have a hacking article, but this is disturbing, so I want you to realize this. There are probably 50 to 100 articles right now on the internet about Facebook and how they track your every move on the internet. And Lifehacker happens to have an article that tells you how they're tracking it, and also ways that you can eliminate them from tracking you. They'll tell you different suggestions that you can do on your Facebook page and on your browsers to prevent them from tracking you. And it's such a serious thing that there's articles now that are saying that they're accusing Facebook of tracking all their users, even if you delete their accounts, which is absolutely unconscionable and insane, and many times you never asked to be followed anyway, and this is all over the internet. So I know a lot of people love Facebook, but you better be cognizant that they are tracing everything, all your websites, everything that you post. It's pretty scary, and it's pretty intrusive, so you may want to take a look at some of these articles. Now, speaking of scary and frightening, I've been talking about this for going on 2 years now, but the United States declares cybercrime a national emergency. It threatens sanctions against hackers and online espionage. How they're going to do that, I don't know. Certainly the hackers have run and are running wild. There's almost nothing they can do. As I said many times, if you have a young person in high school or college and they are not sure of what they want to do, what jobs will be available when they get out of school, I'm telling you right now that anything to do with internet security will be a guaranteed job for many, many, many years to come. And I highly recommend that field. It's interesting, it's technical, and you're going to help a lot of people. So here's a scathing article that's put out by ZDNet that just goes into a lot of detail. And you read this article and it will send shivers up and down your spine. And this is only the tip of the iceberg. You haven't seen nothing yet. We'll get into that in a couple more weeks. But this is pretty scary stuff, and I hope that you would read it. Now, here's some crazy gadget. I don't know why. There we go. Here's a crazy gadget that I came across. I came across a couple real crazy gadgets this week. I personally don't have this gadget, believe it or not. But this is Illuma Glow, and this product is a headset that basically glows when you put it on and run your MP3s through it. So you can attach this to any MP3 player, your phone or whatever, and they come in different colors, and it looks pretty cool. I might even get one. They normally sell for $50, but if you check my show notes, you will actually see that there's a code that you could put in, and if you add it to your cart, you can actually select your color here, blue, green, or red. I haven't tried these out. Again, I don't know how good the sound is, but if you add to the cart this promo code that they're running, at least now, by the time you watch this, that promo code may be no good, but the code will give you half price off. So instead of $50, it will be $25, and might be pretty cool for $25. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe you'll see the Gadget Professor do a review of it. Now, here's an interesting device that, again, talk about scary, but this device is a smoke detector, or so I thought it was. It's called Wi-Fi Smoke Detector. And Vass, V-A-S-S, Wi-Fi Smoke Detector is actually a spy camera with motion detection. And it has a wide-angle view lens on it, and it's 420p. It's not the greatest resolution, but certainly enough to see what's going on or what's not going on. And it has a built-in rechargeable battery, so you connect this to the electricity. But the picture they show you is an iPhone here, and it's actually wirelessly receiving the images that are being transmitted to this phone wirelessly, and you don't know it's a camera. And to get a close-up of it, this is what it looks like. So there is really no way that you would know that this is not a smoke detector at all. It looks like one, but it's really not. So this comes with the wires and the software and everything to run it. And man, oh man, you just got to be so careful. You just don't know. And there's a little hole right there for the lens to see, to monitor what's going on. And gets pretty scary and pretty crazy, and these cameras work quite well, believe me. So let's move on. This This is a real cool gadget. I have not tested it out yet, but I probably will. But this is called ChromeBit. And ChromeBit is a dongle, just like you're seeing, that has a low-end Chromebook built inside of it. And it's pocket size, and it's less than $100. So this is what it looks like, and here's the article about it. But the ChromeBit looks more like a Chromecast stick, but the dongle has almost all of the internal components of Google's browser-based laptops crammed into a stick smaller than an iPhone 6. It's basically a USB stick. And you'll be able to surf the net and do all kinds of things. Asus makes this at this point in time, and it has 2 gigabytes of RAM, Rockchip's 3288 processor, and 16 gigs of storage, and it's all stuffed into this little dongle. So that's pretty cool. And basically, you have a monitor, and you plug this into the USB port of even your TV set. You got a full-blown computer there for less than $100 that you could stick in your pocket. It's pretty cool. So one of these days, if they send me one, or I'm inclined to buy one or get one cheap, I might check it out. Again, it's not going to be a laptop or a desktop replacement, but nothing wrong with having a full-blown computer in your pocket. Kind of neat. Now, here's some free software for you. When you get to be, let's say 40, 50 years old, it gets hard to read the computer. So the easiest trick, at least on a Windows operating system, is just to hit the Control+ key, and that will automatically make your screen go bigger, real big. And if you want it to go smaller, you hit the Control- key. Those are called hotkeys, and almost everybody knows that. Now you know that. But here's a free app. It's called Virtual Magnifying Glass 3.7, totally free, and this will work on Windows, Linux, FreeBSD, and the Mac operating system, and you just download what version you want. And basically this puts an icon, a little app on your system, and when you click it, it will blow things up, and it's pretty cool. Actually, right here, it will show you what it will do. So this clicks on the actual app, which is, you just click it, and then wherever you move the cursor, it actually blows things up. So it's kind of a neat tool, and it's totally free, and hey, why not? Now here's another website that you probably don't know much about. It hasn't caught on just yet, but it's still, I believe, in the experimental stages, and it's made by Microsoft, and it's being actually engineered by Microsoft, and it's called Sway. And there's a video here. It's 1:52 seconds. I'm not going to run it for you. I'll tell you about it, and you can watch it at your leisure. Don't worry about the URL. When you get the show notes, it will be in there, but you should watch this. But basically, Sway is an app for expressing your ideas in an entirely different new way across all your devices. Watch our video to see where Sway is headed. By joining Sway Preview, you can help us shape the future. So when you join this, they're actually going to take your utilizations and your ideas and blend that in to make this more functional. And essentially, what this will allow you to do is it easily creates and produces a polished, interactive, web-based canvas of your ideas with family, friends, teachers, and coworkers. So Sway will make your creation look great on any screen. Basically, you're going to save time by stopping and switching between different apps. You're going to drag and drop whatever you want into this Sway interface, and it's going to put out a pretty cool presentation. I'm going to run this for just a second. This is just basically a commercial to show you what you can do.
Interesting, meaningful.
So I'm not going to run the whole thing, but it's very cool. It's free, and if you do presentations for your company or in school or whatever, this might be a new, easy, creative way to make your presentation, and it's so much different than PowerPoint, and it's also interactive, and it looks very simple to use. I am going to test this out over the next few weeks, and I'll let you know what I think, but right now it looks pretty cool. So at this point in time, ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to go into the gadget of the day. Now, if you've watched the Gadget Professor over the last 3-4 years, you know that I have reviewed a ton of wireless Bluetooth speakers. I've reviewed so many wireless Bluetooth speakers that I think I said I'm never going to review another one again. I think I said that. If you could tell me what episode that was in, I'm going to give you a free charger. But in any event, I couldn't resist this one. This is by far the most unbelievable Bluetooth speaker I have ever listened to in my life. It's that good. And this is made by Klipsch, and they have been making phenomenal audio products for many years. The Klipsch speakers are just phenomenal. I've always been a big fan. I personally think they sound clearer and better than Bose. Again, that's just my personal opinion, but they are just top of the line. So that said, what we have today to review is the Klipsch Music Center. This is the model KMC1. And this is the ultimate, and it is, portable music speaker. Its small size lets you take it just about anywhere. While it's front row and center, the sound will astonish you with its impact and clarity. Enjoy music streaming from any Bluetooth wireless technology, equipped with smartphone, music device, or computer, with the added benefit of being an answering machine, if you will. This will answer your phone calls. It will let you talk on the phone. It will let you terminate the phone call, and it will even let you ignore the phone call. There's a microphone built inside this that works quite well. And what's nice about this, if you're listening to music and you're kind of blasting it, when you get a phone call, it automatically turns down the music and you'll hear the phone ringing. And by pressing one of the buttons on top, you'll be able to take the call and converse without using your speakerphone, because this now becomes your speakerphone. This is built like a tank. They come in a variety of colors. I happen to have purple, and it weighs about 3 pounds. So I think the best way to demonstrate some of the functionality is to listen to it. That said, there are some things on the back that make this unique. Right here is the on and off switch. You just basically turn it on or off. It does come with a power supply when you purchase this unit, and it's a big sucker because there's a big battery in there. So basically you're going to plug this into the wall, and of course the other end would plug into the speaker itself. Now on the back of the speaker, there are some jacks that you should be aware of. This is the on and off button. It just slides basically on and off. This button is an input button. Not a button, it's an input jack. So this device actually comes with the charger and also a audio jack that's a male pin plug on each end. So if you have some device that has an analog output on it, like a headset out or whatever, you can plug it into this directly, not use the Bluetooth, but this will still work. So let's take a look and see what some of the functionality is of this amazing Bluetooth speaker. First of all, on the top, you've got some really cool lights. Basically, it's on, off, the pairing button, and the volume button, and then you have an answering button to answer the phone, and you obviously can control the volume of both the speaker and the phone call by the red knob, not knob, but the red touch tone, if you will. You touch it and it slides up and slides down. It's very, very cool. You have a blue identification that it is paired. Right now I'm paired. I don't know if you can see it, but I have my iPad sitting over here. On the back it has some interesting jacks configurations, if you will. Very simply an on and off switch. You know what that is. The second jack that's available for you on the back, or actually the first jack, is just a pin plug. It's a basically pin jack, male to male. So if you have any device that you want to plug into this without using the Bluetooth, you can do that and it will play it fine. Obviously it's analog, but it still will sound great. And then here's the power jack. Actually, let's pause that. There's a power jack here. This is where the power plug goes. There's a lithium battery in this. Let's make sure that's off. Okay, sorry about that. This is live. What can I tell you? The power jack is right there, and this has a lithium battery in it. And what's neat about this is on the bottom, there's 2 screw here, and you can actually pull the battery out and replace it at some point in time. Now, they claim that a charge will last 16 hours. I haven't played it for 16 hours. I played it continually for 5 hours and certainly held its charge, and no blips at all with that. And then the last thing that it has is a USB charging jack. They don't give you a USB cord, but what this is for is to charge your phone or some other device while this is on. And if you need a quick charge, this will juice it up for you. Now keep in mind that if you're using this on the battery and it's not being plugged in and you're using this jack to charge something else, obviously it's going to drain from the same battery, and instead of lasting 16 hours, this might last 8 hours. I just don't know. So keep that in mind. The other thing to keep in mind is that you can run this with it plugged in, so you don't have to worry about charging the battery. So that's also nice. This is made so well. I just can't say enough about it. It's heavy, but not real heavy, but boy, does it put out some sound. So without further ado, I'm going to try to play something for you here. It might not be paired up. Let's just make sure that it is. What I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to go into the settings control, and I'm going to put the Bluetooth on, and it's not connected, so I'm going to pair this thing up, and it's paired, and shortly, there you go, you can see the blue light up, so I know that this is now talking to each other, and it does make like a whoosh sound so that you know it's on, it's connected, and certainly you can see the red lights up on top. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go into Pandora and play something here. So this is on low right now. I can certainly hear it. Now I'm going to turn this up one notch at a time. Right now it's pretty loud. Right now this sound is more than adequate for an 8x10 room. I can feel the bass pulsing through my hand. This really has a nice wallop. The clarity, unbelievable. I'm going to turn this all the way up. It's going to get loud. So you get the, let's turn this off. You get the picture. You hear the picture. It is rocket blasting. I mean, it is loud. Not only is it loud, the sound is crisp, it's pure, it's clean. It's an absolute pleasure to listen to. The bass response is phenomenal. And this could literally, I could put this in my kitchen and the whole first floor of the house, you would hear this. It's that loud. But what's nice about it is it doesn't distort. So the louder it gets, you would think that things would start buzzing or rattling or you know, basically start to distort. There's absolutely no distortion with this. It is so crystal clear. The frequency response is absolutely outstanding in my opinion. And this by far is the absolute best Bluetooth speaker that I have ever listened to or used ever. And I can't say enough about it. It's really a nice piece of machinery. And I can't even say that it's pricey. If you were to look on Amazon, for example, it's $140. And at $140, it sounds pretty pricey, but I have to tell you, based on what I'm hearing and the quality of the bass and just the overall frequency response, the 16-hour battery life, the ability to take phone calls, the ability to charge another device, it's well worth that. You know, if you shop around, you may find it for around $100-ish. So if you're in the market for a high-quality speaker, it's not exactly portable in the sense that you could put it in your pocket. Again, it's about 3 pounds, but in my opinion, it's absolutely worth every penny. The bass response is there. It's really good. So in any event, I hope that you enjoyed today's show. I am going to shut down, come back and edit this a little bit later, and I'm gonna go see my new granddaughter. See you next week.
The Gadget Professor is produced by Don Baine, Multimedia Communications, LLC. If you would like your product reviewed on The Gadget Professor or would like to appear on The Gadget Professor, contact us via email at thegadgetprofessor@gmail.com. The opinions expressed on the program by the host, guests, call-in listeners, or chatters are solely the opinions of the original source who expressed them. And thank you for watching The Gadget Professor.